Welcome to Star Watch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next.
The engines were already roaring across the Shanghai International Circuit, but that was not what shocked people the most. What truly stunned everyone was the color. A massive ocean of glowing green light sticks, banners, and support signs flooded nearly the entire grandstand. For years, China GT had been a quiet corner of motorsport culture, followed mostly by hardcore racing fans and industry insiders. Suddenly, it looked more like a sold-out stadium concert than a professional racing event. Tens of thousands of people arrived from different cities, and even from overseas, all for one reason: car number 85, driven by Wang Yibo. Traditional racing fans stood frozen in disbelief. Some held timing sheets and technical manuals while staring at the screaming crowd around them. Social media exploded overnight. Some viewers called it the beginning of a new era for Chinese motorsport. Others feared that racing culture was slowly turning into entertainment culture. But beneath all the noise and online debates, one uncomfortable question quietly emerged. Was this an invasion of motorsport, or was this exactly what the industry had been waiting for all along? For more than a decade, China GT struggled to break into the mainstream. Empty seats were common. Sponsors hesitated to invest heavily. Even passionate insiders admitted that motorsport in China often survived through persistence rather than popularity. Then suddenly, everything changed. Reports revealed that tickets for the Shanghai round sold out more than a month in advance. Tens of thousands of tickets disappeared before official announcements were even fully confirmed. For longtime followers of the sport, this felt almost impossible. But the real story was not simply about sold-out seats. It was about transformation. Motorsport has always carried a reputation for being difficult to understand. Terms like tire strategy, pit windows, qualifying pace, and lap consistency often sounded intimidating to casual viewers. Traditionally, newcomers struggled to connect emotionally with the sport unless they already understood the technical side. This time, emotion came first. Many fans initially entered the circuit with little knowledge about racing categories or rules. They came because they admired Wang Yibo. They wanted to support him and experience the atmosphere surrounding his racing journey. Critics quickly dismissed them as temporary visitors who cared more about celebrity culture than motorsport itself. But something unexpected slowly began happening beneath the surface. Fans who once only recognized car number 85 started learning about the deeper mechanics of racing. Online communities became filled with discussions explaining GT categories, tire management, pit stop timing, and overtaking strategies. Video edits analyzing race moments spread rapidly across social media. The emotional connection that brought fans into the stadium slowly evolved into genuine curiosity about the sport itself. This may be the most fascinating part of the entire phenomenon. For years, racing organizations struggled to attract younger audiences through traditional promotion campaigns. Yet one crossover figure achieved something years of marketing could not accomplish. He created emotional motivation strong enough to encourage a completely new generation to voluntarily learn about motorsport culture. And the impact extended far beyond the circuit itself. Hotels near the venue reportedly experienced dramatic increases in bookings. Restaurants and local businesses benefited from the sudden flood of visitors. What was once considered a niche sporting event suddenly became part of a larger tourism and cultural conversation. For perhaps the first time in years, China GT felt visible to the wider public. But success also brought tension. Some veteran racing fans felt uncomfortable with the changing atmosphere inside the circuit. To them, motorsport represented discipline, technical appreciation, and respect for competitive tradition. The appearance of giant support banners, synchronized chants, and concert-style cheering felt unfamiliar and even disruptive. They worried that professional racing culture might eventually become overshadowed by internet traffic and celebrity influence. At the same time, many new fans felt unwelcome inside traditional motorsport spaces. Online comments mocked them for lacking technical knowledge or only paying attention to one driver. Yet, ironically, many of those same fans were actively trying to understand the sport more deeply. What began as emotional support slowly became a bridge into an entirely new world. And this is where the story becomes much bigger than one celebrity or one race weekend. The real conflict is not truly about Wang Yibo himself. It is about the collision between two completely different cultures. One culture values expertise, professionalism, and tradition. The other thrives on emotional connection, online participation, and massive public energy. For years, these two worlds rarely interacted directly. Now, they are standing face to face inside the same stadium. Perhaps the most uncomfortable truth is that both sides may actually need each other. Without mainstream attention, niche sports often struggle financially. Empty grandstands cannot sustain long-term growth. Sponsors rarely invest heavily in silence. Yet without professionalism and technical depth, motorsport risks losing the identity that made it special in the first place. This balancing act now sits at the center of Chinese motorsport's future. The Shanghai event exposed both the opportunities and the growing pains of this transition. Some attendees praised the electric atmosphere, calling it the first time they had ever felt racing become truly alive in China. Others criticized logistical problems such as overcrowding, weak signal coverage, and limited viewing support inside the venue. These issues revealed an important reality. If motorsport wants to embrace larger audiences, the infrastructure and fan experience must evolve alongside popularity. Interestingly, many industry insiders quietly admitted that this moment could become a turning point. Not because celebrity culture replaced racing culture, but because motorsport finally entered mainstream public conversation. People who had never discussed endurance racing before were suddenly debating pit strategies online. Even criticism helped increase visibility. China GT became impossible to ignore. The emotional side of this phenomenon is equally powerful. Fans were not simply watching a race, they were participating in a shared experience. Traveling long distances, waking up early for qualifying sessions, and learning racing terminology together created a powerful sense of belonging. Supporting a driver became more than entertainment. It became emotional investment. And for Wang Yibo himself, the situation added another layer to his public image. He was no longer viewed only as an entertainer stepping temporarily into racing. To many viewers, he became a symbol of discipline and commitment. Racing is physically demanding, mentally exhausting, and deeply competitive. Seeing someone willingly challenge himself in that environment reshaped public perception in ways ordinary promotional appearances never could. The internet amplified everything. Videos of screaming crowds, glowing green grandstands, emotional reactions, and dramatic overtakes spread rapidly across social media platforms. Algorithms love contrast, and this event provided endless amounts of it. Traditional racing culture collided directly with modern fandom culture. Serious competition collided with emotional spectacle. The entire event almost felt cinematic by nature. Yet despite all the excitement, one question still remains unanswered. Can this momentum truly last? Internet attention moves quickly. Viral moments appear overnight, but long-term growth requires patience and careful development. The real challenge now is whether organizers can transform temporary curiosity into lasting appreciation for motorsport itself. Can casual viewers become genuine racing fans? Can traditional communities adapt without losing their identity? Maybe the future of motorsport does not require choosing between professionalism and popularity. Maybe the real opportunity lies in creating a new balance where both can exist together. A future where technical excellence remains respected, while emotional accessibility welcomes broader audiences into the sport. Because whether people support this change or resist it, one reality has already become impossible to deny. Something changed in Shanghai. The silence surrounding Chinese motorsport was broken. A door that remained closed for years was suddenly pushed open by emotion, visibility, and overwhelming public attention. And once that kind of attention enters a space, nothing ever returns exactly the same again. Thank you so much for watching Star Watch Now. If you enjoyed today's story and want more deep dives into Chinese entertainment, fandom culture, and the hidden forces shaping modern celebrity influence, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support truly helps us continue bringing these stories to life. And now we want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe this new wave of attention is helping Chinese motorsport grow, or do you think racing culture risks losing part of its identity along the way? Share your opinions in the comments below, because your voice is part of this conversation too. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep watching the stories unfolding behind the headlines, here on Star Watch Now.